Coming up next is BRAWLN News number 100. It's the 100th edition of BRAWLN News, and it's an all wrestling update. We're going to talk about the Four Horsemen and their induction into the WWE Hall of Fame.
But there's 5 of them.
Ric Flair leaving, and all 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them they're going to be working around. Also, the WWE Network has been slowed to a crawl. Big surprise there. We're going to talk about Rob Van Dam and his impending return to the WWE. We're talking about all the oral problems that Hulk Hogan has, which you've probably heard about already. We're going to talk about Ultimate Warrior and Kevin Nash going at it, maybe, in a cage.
They wanted bad.
And
bad.
is CM Punk leaving for the MMA?
What the?
Maybe? No. All that and more coming right up after this.
Find out.
Here at Alternate Reality, less is always more, because all new comics are always 15% off here at Alternate Reality. Every day for everyone. Unlike other stores, I have knocked 15% off the cover price of every new comic that's ever walked out the door here, going all the way back to when I first opened in 1994. So why shop anywhere else when you can come down here and save 15% off every day for everyone at Alternate Reality?
BRAWLN News, where fists meet faces.
Pretty's been running TV for a little too long. BRAWLN News, episode 100, The Litany of Kraken.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
BRAWLN News!
BRAWLN News number 100! BRAWLN News 100! And we're coming to you from this place. Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics are always 15% off for everyone. As I said, this is the 100th edition of BRAWLN News. Technically it's not. We've done 100 Marvel Newses, 100 Indie Newses, 100 DC Newses. BRAWLN News, about 10 newses ago, 12 newses ago, we combined, shut up, we combined MMA and wrestling together.
Hey, don't tell them the secret.
So actually we are way past 100 on BRAWLN News, technically, if you put them all together. But this is BRAWLN News number 100. And it's an all wrestling update. It's an all wrestling BRAWLN News. And our first story up involves, say it again. Yeah, Ric Flair. Ric Flair. So what's up, Slick Rick?
Well,
Do that again.
on the 9th, the WWE announced their first inductees into the 2012 Hall of Fame.
Yes.
The first person they mentioned was Edge, the Rated R Superstar. The second group they mentioned was the induction of the Four Horsemen.
And of course, first thing I said was, which four?
Well,
there's like 12 of them.
Well, you got Tully Blanchard.
Oh, is Chris Benoit going to be one of them?
No. Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson,
Yes.
J.J. Dillon,
Yes.
Barry Windham,
Yes.
and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
What about Mongo?
They're talking about the initial Horsemen.
Yeah.
Although they're skipping over Ole Anderson because
Yes.
Ole and the WWE don't get along, and he wouldn't be there. So
What about Dean Malenko, man of 1,000 moves?
Dean Malenko will be sitting in the audience when they're inducted. Also, Lex Luger will be sitting in the audience as well.
Luger was a
and
Horseman.
Wyndham probably won't be on because he's still recovering from having a stroke. But this will be the second time Flair's been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. He happens to work for TNA.
Well,
He will be on stage at the Hall of Fame going into the WWE
He's
Hall
getting
of
special
Fame.
dispensation from somebody.
Apparently they said we really couldn't stop him, and stopping him would make us look like a bunch of jerks.
Does the ceremony ever break out into wrestling?
No.
This is the one. This is the one.
They're all wearing
This is the one
suits
time where
and
they
ties.
don't.
They don't brawl? Okay.
They've never broken. They've never broken into character.
Right.
Well, more or less.
Yeah, they're all wearing suits and ties, and so
they've never done any bits.
And you would assume that the Christians are probably going to induct Edge, is what we figure, and Triple H is going to induct the Horsemen because actually Flair didn't know, and Triple H called him from the Raw and told him that he was going into the Hall of Fame, and they said that Flair and Vince McMahon talk all the time, but Flair's over there, Vince is over here. But yes, the Horsemen are going in.
Good for them. Good for them. Meanwhile, WWE Network, which we've talked about many, many times in the past, and how it's rocketing your way any day now, the Jets are cooling off.
They don't have anyone to run it yet.
No kidding.
They don't have enough staff.
Yeah.
They don't have the production facility set up yet, and so April 1st is probably not when it's going to make its debut.
Well,
It'll probably
what a
make its debut
surprise.
sometime in the fall, and so when you see the WWE Network commercials,
Yes.
they won't be mentioning a start date.
Great.
They'll be doing shows.
What is the problem with this? Vince has been wanting to get this off the ground for at least a decade, if not longer, and especially after he picked up WCW and all the other wrestling franchises tape libraries. You know, he was ready to do this, and it's just taking him forever to get this thing going.
You've got to hire someone to actually work in the production facilities.
Okay, hire someone.
You've got to find a provider willing to carry it, and no one's willing to carry it just yet. So you can't really do it. You know, you can't just go, "Hey, hi, this is the WWE Network, and we're gonna perform in front of your house in the backyard."
How many millions did he piss away on his wife's campaign?
Well, she's running it.
How many millions did he piss away in the XFL?
Yeah, so but
So why not piss away a few million on this?
well, like I said, you want to run a network where you've got no one running it? So if no one runs it, is it a network or is it something you're doing in your backyard?
You know, this is not like this is the first time Vince McMahon's ever been on TV or ever dealt with TV.
Well, no.
The man built his career on syndication.
Well, but he is more than willing to get this thing up and running and have it up by April 1st, but negotiations for a carrier aren't moving as fast as he wants to because they're taking their time.
This just sounds like it's been botched from the beginning.
Well, it's them announcing. So they should have basically said it would be the end of 2012 in the first place, and they would have been fine. They came up with the April 1st thing, and then they went, "You're not going to get negotiations done by then, so you might as well just wait." Although they're going to be doing stuff in the Legends House thing. They do with the Legends living in the house with Roddy Piper and maybe Honky Tonk Man. They're going to shoot all that stuff, all the content they've announced for the network. They're going to shoot it anyway, so it'll be ready to go. And they've got all their libraries digitized as well. Yeah. But you got to find someone willing to run your network, and it takes a while. The NFL Network.
Vince, I'll do it. Give me a call. 773-881-HERO. Give me a call. I'll be happy to do it for you.
I'll put it up on YouTube too.
I'll do it relatively cheap too.
I'll post it on.
Relatively speaking, I'll do it cheap.
50 million?
Oh, easy. I'll tell you what. I'll do it for 20. I just cut 30 million off of my salary, just for you, Vince.
Just for you.
Rob Van Dam. Bo, what's going on with Rob Van Dam? That's a name I have not heard in a long, long time.
It's because he's
what's up with Rob?
It's because he's on TNA and nobody watches TNA.
Yeah, well, there you go.
His contract is going to expire in March, and there's a strong possibility when his contract expires, he will be returning to the WWE on a short-term basis, as is the case with Kevin Nash, Booker T, and Chris Jericho. Okay. But yeah, the RVD will probably be coming back to the WWE. And they told him before, you know, the door is always open if you want to come back.
Haven't seen a decent frog splash in a while. Well, be nice to see. Sure.
Nobody's using it.
Well, it's his signature move.
Yeah, it's his signature
move. If you're eating right now, or if you're drinking anything, put it down, put it off to the side, and buckle up because
I don't think I want to like
this is not going to be a tasty story that we're about to tell you. It involves Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah.
And some problems which he has had recently with oral surgery. Put your food down to listen to this. Don't eat.
This is supposed to be the most cut-rate dentist you ever find.
Well, yeah.
What, do you pay like $1.50?
He probably did. Well, he does have money issues. TMZ reported that Hogan had some health issues after a doctor accidentally ripped out 50. Oh, yeah, dentist actually accidentally ripped out 50 stitches from the inside of his mouth.
How do you accidentally rip out 50 stitches?
He was getting some implant surgery, and they'd taken a bone and they put it in his mouth to support the implant. And when the doctor went in, he accidentally ripped the stitches out.
Is he stupid?
Well, apparently, maybe Hogan.
Why went in there with a chainsaw?
You know,
what do I do with these?
Right. So he moved, and the stitches came out. Well, actually, you know, 50, if you rip out 1 or 2 stitches, the rest of them come out. It's just because he probably ripped out the part where it was tied.
Well, if you're talking about a stitch down a sleeve and you just tear it, yeah, I mean, you know,
but you're talking about a stitch inside
you have to keep applying pressure in order to pull it out. They just don't fall out of your head.
It's pretty bad. Now, his mouth got infected.
Lawyer, right?
His mouth got. He was taking
there's got to be a lawsuit there someplace.
It didn't really work. He was taken to a hospital to get a CAT scan, and the CAT scan revealed that one of his doctors left a metal tack in his mouth. From the stitches. So right now, Hogan's at home gumming his food.
He should have just laid on a beach somewhere and left stuff alone.
That's really, really painful.
Our condolences go out to Hulk Hogan.
We'll buy him milk.
And his mouth.
He's buying a milkshake.
He's living on protein shakes and ice cream.
Milkshake. I mean, how can you eat anything with a mouth that messed up? Hey, oh,
Applesauce.
I got a great big glass of orange juice here for you.
Nice.
Why don't you suck it?
That's nice, yeah.
Ah!
Let me squirt some lime in your mouth.
Yeah, there you
Have
go.
some tequila.
Okay, from the agony and the ecstasy, let's move on to the sublime and the ridiculous, which would be Ultimate Warrior and Kevin Nash. The two of them have been having a pissing match of late,
Ultimate
which
Warrior-
is going to come to a head apparently.
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior took a couple shots at Kevin Nash, and in
Yes.
response, Nash,
Now, where did they take a couple of shots at?
it was online because the Ultimate Warrior does these really interesting videos, which are really scary.
I haven't seen the video.
Oh, they're up. Oh, I've seen them. They're pretty scary.
I've read his diatribes.
Yes.
I've read his
Well, those basically
manifestos, but I haven't actually seen videos.
But he took some shots.
Is
at
it like
Nash.
the old videos where he's huffing and puffing? And,
No, but he's not wearing any makeup, and you can tell that Jim Hellwig, the former Ultimate Warrior, is bald, more or less. So he basically he was picking on Nash. So Nash in response,
take a page from Kane's book. Get a mask with hair attached and wear that.
yeah, because Glenn Jacobs is bald as he can be.
We grow a lot of hair real fast.
But Nash responded to him being shot at on Twitter. He said, I'll challenge you to a 3-round MMA style fight the day before WrestleMania in Florida. You get your medical test, you get your insurance rate, we get into a ring, we beat the crap out of each other. I'll put up $100,000, you put up $100,000, winner take all.
I have a feeling that Kevin Nash will probably be doing something for WrestleMania, and Vince will probably say no. You're not getting beat up the day before
3
WrestleMania.
days before
Well,
you're supposed to wrestle, right?
no. As far as Nash is concerned, the last time you saw him in the ring was his match against Triple H at the recent pay-per-view. He says he's more or less retired because his knees are completely and totally shot.
Oh, really? I would have thought they'd keep him around for WrestleMania.
Oh, he'll be in the back
He's got
and
an
he'll be
MMA
doing some
fight in him?
stuff.
Come on.
Well, Warrior's not exactly in the best of shape. And actually, Warrior's popping up, I think, in March at the Oaklawn Pavilion for a personal appearance. So if you go to the Oaklawn Pavilion, you can ask him a question about whether he's going to take on the fight or not.
Yeah, it's that nickel and dime wrestling franchise thing we got down here in the South
Yeah,
Side.
that's pretty good.
You want to go?
No.
To see the Ultimate Warrior? No.
No. Let me tell you about the problems that well, never mind.
No, no,
Moving on. I don't want to pick open an old scab. CM Punk. CM Punk will be in the corner of who?
Chael Sonnen.
Oh, Chael Sonnen.
UFC's Chael Sonnen, who apparently they're friends. He will be in the corner of Sonnen for the January 28th UFC on Fox 2 event. He was supposed to be working at a house show in the area of Illinois.
The Oaklawn Pavilion?
No, I think it was somewhere downstate. He asked him for the night. I think it's in Evansville or somewhere, close to Indiana. He asked for the night off. They gave him the night off. They had no idea he was going to be in Shonen's corner for a UFC event. And they found out the same thing everybody else did. Now, he's doing this in his own personal time, so they have a problem with it. So people don't assume because Punk is going to be at a UFC event that the WWE and UFC are working together. They're not. They came up with this idea on their own. And it's not the first time. I mean,
well, Undertaker's been at UFC events.
Undertaker's been at Batista actually was in Floyd Mayweather's corner for a couple boxing matches. Vampiro's done it as well. So this is the first time this has happened. But yeah, Austin goes to him as well.
Do they ever end up wrestling?
No, well,
Just in the corner.
they're just in the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, so they'll be in the corner, and you'll have the UFC people, you'll have the Fox people going, "Hey, look, there's WWE champion
They're not breaking any
CM
rules, but they're
Punk."
not breaking any rules.
Yeah.
He went over the rope and started wrestling. I bet
Yeah,
you a dollar they'd have an
I mean,
issue.
he'll stand in the corner. He'll wear a shirt.
Yeah.
He'll wear a regular pair of pants. He won't get involved then
course not.
because because they don't like to mix it that way. But it's just gonna be kind of interesting.
Okay.
That'll be fun. Get his autograph.
And that's it. We're done with Finish Right here. We got no more wrestling news, but you can go to the store's website, check out all of the wrestling news and the BRAWLN news, the MMA news, and all the regular WWE and non-WWE news. Everything that involves guys punching each other.
Grappling, punching, kicking, eye gouges,
And as I've said for the
rabbit
last
punches.
150 or 160 times, because go back to the beginning and you'll understand what that is. As I've said for the last 150, 160 times, Bo!
Yes.
Bodio!
Where the hell do we go?
We go to the website, which Sarah knows, and you should all have bookmarked by now. It's been 100. What is your problem?
Sheesh, we just bookmarked the page already? www.myalternatereality.com.
Go to the store's
I
website,
thought
check
you were
out
dead.
all of his news, and until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
And this is
Still
Bo.
alive.
Saying,
100.
what am I saying?
I don't know.
Bye! Oh, bye!
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.